Welcome to CBTV. Try a period in history that you're interested in. You should say, when is the historical stage you want to go back to? What is it and why? And explain why you find it interesting. Alright, so if I could turn back time, the periods I want to go back to would be the Vietnam War era, roughly from the late 1950s to the mid 1970s. It's not just any historical stage, it's a period that reshaped not only Vietnam but had a ripple effect across the world. I want to know more about this era because the Vietnam War is more than just a conflict. It's a story of resilience, of David's versus Godzilla, the way Vietnam stood up against such a superpower. It's nothing short of awe-inspiring. Of course, we wouldn't win against American fair and square with direct battle where with side has more gun and bomb would win. Based on what I learned at school, I get this war about using the right tactics. Like the Vietnamese army only tried to wear you as soldier down to gradually inflict casualty and costs. Guerrilla were this tactic I'm talking about. Small fights happen here and there, and the Viet Cong soldier used camouflage to make it more effective. They also understood the topography and weather better and used these to their advantage. But it's not just the David and Goliath things that interest me. The periods were a turning point in global politics. The anti-war movement is sparked worldwide man is worth something else. It ignited discussion about peace, freedom, and what's right. It's fascinating how an event thousands of miles away can get people rallying on street in the opposite part of the globe. It's a period that, in my opinion, teaches us about resilience and the importance of standing up for what you believe in. Part 3. 1. What historical places do people want to visit? People often flock to places like the ancient pyramids in Egypt, the Roman Colosseum, or the Great Wall of China. So these places offer a tangible connection to the past, and you can hear great stories when visiting them. 2. Can you name an example of a historic place in your city? Oh, definitely. In my city, Hanoi, the Old Quarter is a living piece of history. Walking through its narrow streets allow you to have an idea of what houses and life used to be like 50 years ago. Each alley and building tell tales from the past. 3. Why do people remember personal events? Personal events are story of our lives. The things we share with others to let them get to know who we are. Think about how you never forget your first bite, right, or the things you wear on your first date. And then the movement you walk down the aisle with your wife or husband. These moments are forever. These moments are forever there in our memories because they shape who we are. 4. Who would show more interest in history, young people or older people? It's hard to say, really. Some people are crazy about history, but I guess generally it is older generation who has a deeper interest. They like connecting the dots between the past and their experience. And also because young people are preoccupied with a lot of things like work and history, it generally not as interesting as gaming and chatting with friends, I would say. 5. Why should we learn about the past? Learning from the past helps us understand what we've come from, which is then shape where we headed. History is back with great lessons, really. Triumph to be celebrated, mistake to avoid repeating. You know what they say, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.